Today, trying to make room for it. I gotta tell you, I am worn. Friday night I had a long work day, so I'm making this video under worn legs and tiredness. But yeah, I beginning this video, I want to address the thumbnail. The thumbnail to this video is cheesy. I'll acknowledge that. It's very cheesy. I'm not denying that at all. I just kind of photoshopped it together and trying to make it look interesting. So, there's that. Today's video is going to be about reacting to my college films that I made. I created a compilation, and then with that compilation, I'm going to edit it down a bit. So we just get the highlights of the commentary, and that'll be pretty much this video. I'm not showing like the full compilation I put together because I just don't want to do that. Let's get started. Okay. It's taking a while to load out here. We're going to turn the camera around. Alright, it looks like I'm a bit closer to the Wi-Fi, so I think I can make this work a little bit better. Let's give it a try again. Alright, this here was the first college film that I did, short film. Let me turn it down a little bit. It's a fight scene and stuff. We're like going right for it. We like get really brutal. Really brutal. With ketchup. Do this real quick around ketchup. Let's ketchup on his face. I have a small part where I'm walking in because the fight has just ended. Yeah, it's me. And I'm going to be getting into that very shortly here. Our opening here was kind of interesting. Shut out in the woods. We were having a fun time with that. That was an awkward love scene, so cheesy opening. Cheesy. This is the title sequence. I thought that was a pretty cool title. Some of the outfits for the film and stuff were actually mine. Like the one this guy's wearing as he's checking the door and stuff. That's actually my jacket. It's mine. I still have it. It's not my scarf though, I don't believe. Now this scene is kind of a nice shot where you try to have the characters kind of reconcile. I thought that was a pretty neat part of the project. But I think the best part is when the moths come into the story. The killer moths. I'd personally re-edit this now if I had an opportunity to. I really think that there should have been more of a cinematic look to it. Like more of a filter put on the project, or maybe you know how some movies have like a top black layer and a bottom black layer, just like you can see the movie in like a small space in the middle. I think that would add a more of a better look to the project. This scene here doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense with how with what happens to the character and stuff. Like you see him running away, He's running for his life. This character here. This one doesn't make a lot of sense because he's so close to the barn that he could have made it, but somehow he doesn't. I think I would have just had a shot of him being dragged off or something, character-wise. This scene was a personal favorite. You have these people looking in, and I ran the hose that sprayed up the white stuff, and assisted with the drop of the guy who was sucked in the sequence. Now we get really meta, really meta. With it, the ending was basically just us getting meta. I don't know how much to edit up to the film, but I thought it was interesting to go that direction. I think any person, video production class, I think likes the idea of doing a film within a film, because throughout my time in college I saw a bit of that. I like the skeleton, showing the skeleton, no arms. That's just goofy. I thought that was kind of a funny sequence. Here I am stepping into frame. Okay, this is what it's titled, Campus Fleet's The Lost Files. That's the project that I was part of. It's got its own channel on YouTube. So if you look up Campus Police, The Lost Files, you'll find it. This is my scene, the opening. Basically, my character took a lot of Viagra, and I looked like an idiot because I had a, yeah. That ends Campus Police thing. This one's called Robbery Bad Plan. I wrote this project for a production class, and I like the twists and the turns of this one here. You got this group of people and their leader coming in, and they're getting ready to rob a bank. That's the whole point of the robbery, the bad plan that I wrote. The initial staging of it wasn't the best because I was just learning staging a scene, how to do that. So I had like a row of people and it looked more like a table read than it did an actual scene. So what happened is the seating got readjusted, and we ended up with a better look to it. It's interesting that the leader actually has to come up with the main idea there, because the team is just kind of useless at coming up with the idea. That's the way I wrote it, but I provided the apple for the scene. I bought it at a arts and crafts store. I think it was Michael's. That's what's called, Michael's. I think I got it at the prop apple there. I also provided the drink cup too. I think I got it same place. I provided that. Then I was like, oh, since the actor drank from it, so you can keep it. You know, and the banana. I provided the banana from Michael's too. I got the fake banana and the fake apple from Michael's. And I was like, yeah, I wanted to bring props to the thing. Okay, then it gets more dramatic. We've established like the apple could be a weapon, so he tries to lift it up as a way of a callback and stuff. But then to show that the apple's not really that great of a weapon, I have written the fact that he's not threatened by the apple at all. He doesn't care if it's thrown at him. That's the way he's written and stuff. I like the twists. Here's Lucid. This was a third semester film. I basically, when I created this compilation, I was going in order of my time in college. So this project, I had a lot of part in writing it. Pretty big part in writing it. I wrote about 80% of it. There's some adjustments made, so about 30% was adjusted by somebody else on the team. We did some good adjustments because of timing and stuff. I went by class suggestion too, so I like to say I wrote 80%, but maybe it's probably more like 50% because quite frankly it's a lot of what my team thought of. Yeah, they're what they end up doing is just running away. I do like this transition with all the lights. That's a pretty cool transition. I was not the editor, so I appreciated the way that certain scenes were edited together. I'm kind of getting to a private place and sitting and having a conversation. I don't need to hear that conversation, but what we do get to see is where things go wrong here with the flickering lights. This was a pretty cool scene. I thought this scene was pretty awesome. He gets out there and he's grabbed, door closes, and then the lights go off. I like this shot a lot in this project. Favorite shots in the project. This corner scene here was interesting. Now this sequence here is kind of eerie. I actually grabbed the guy and dragged him out. I remember I was the guy who actually had to grab him and move him. And I'm the shadow sequence here. I'm not the close-up at all. But I was in my hood and just going like this. And then we get to the ending here, where things are revealed to be not what they seem. It's supposed to be like a mental facility of some kind. And quite frankly, I think the lighting could have been better. But we're in a rush and we are on a deadline. Quite frankly, we have to get this project edited. So me and another team member just basically did these shots here. So if they're not gorgeous, well, go figure. But also you can see outside that there was some snow, and I had a long drive home after we finished these shots than some of the other projects. Now we're on to another one here. On the server. I played the server in the scene. I had a fun time doing that. I gave an introduction here for the character to walk up on stage. Yeah. Actually, it's like this scene, there's supposed to be some singing and stuff, and there's a scene shot for singing. There's a scene shot, I believe, where he's actually singing Young Folks, because there's a song that his girl liked, but we went more with another direction because he went with the poem reading instead. As an alternate, I believe. was just like, oh geez. Even myself, I was just like, okay, because the scene needed like everybody kind of taking in the poem kind of deal, and and you really feel for his character. At, at the end of it, I really feel like his character is kind of going through an emotional breakthrough process of trying to let out what he feels, just let it out. More recent times, I definitely see the purpose for getting mental help for things. All right. Now we're on to the last project for my college class. This one here is an interesting one. One of the really cool spots about this film was got to film inside of a mall, an outdoor mall, but got to film it within a section of that. I like how like his depiction of a friend isn't necessarily a friend, more like somebody who's just gonna really get after him. This shot here was on campus, shot on campus. So how his mind thinks of people and stuff. You can show in this shot, there's nobody there. Alright. And then we got her shot. Now I do like this shot here a lot because okay, you show there's nobody there. Where'd she come from? The sequence here, Jeff gets to know somebody else and then gets to become his friend. So that's kind of neat. But it kind of goes sideways, that's coming up here. This scene is quite tragic. Okay. Technically, this film was what I consider the final film I did for college with the group and stuff, and it was. But the next one coming up here is actually, I think, the last film I got to do for college, and it was to assist with a nursing students project. I'm gonna kind of zoom to it, to be honest with you. I got to do a lot of the filming aspects for it, and the editing too. I get to assist with the editing aspect. I thought it turned out pretty good. Thought the Lego costume aspect, the ending, was pretty fun. Pretty cool. Turned out pretty good for the class, I believe. That I didn't get to see how the class reacted to the film project, but I think it went pretty good. I think it got the message it needed to get out there. But yeah, that film was pretty much my last college film project. What I liked about it was the fact that I had some control, like I had some editing and filming control over it, which is something I really liked. As I end this video, I'd like to tell you that I have 3 documentaries on this channel. One covers the Moths film, which was my first college film, short film that I did. There's a documentary behind it, the making of it, and you can check that out on this channel. The next one here is around the middle of my time in college, and it's the Lucid behind-the-scenes documentary that I did. I documented the making of it, and I thought that was kind of just a fun behind-the-scenes video more than anything. And the last was the Just Real Life Friends film, And that one there is the last college project I did and reacted to. And that one gives a good, in my opinion, that's probably the best of the documentaries that I did in college, where I really show everything that was there and I gave narration. So feel free to check out any of these ones on the channel. So, yeah. Have a good one, everybody. Before this video ends, I'd like to show you something cool. In here is the poster for my last college film. Let's take a look. Yeah, right here is the Just Real Life Friends poster. So, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, everybody.